Houston, Texas, June 2013. A crime of fashion unlike any other. Death by stiletto. The unusual murder weapon caused a media explosion worldwide. The killer is 44-year-old Anna Trujillo. The victim is her 59-year-old boyfriend, Dr. Stefan Anderson. Anna says she was acting in self-defense. The physical evidence suggests otherwise. It was Stefan, not Anna, with defensive wounds. A jury does not believe her. She is sentenced to life in prison. I've come to see her in Central Texas to uncover the truth. I'm Candace Dong. As an FBI agent, I worked on the front line for the world's most powerful law enforcement agency. I went undercover, I trailed terrorists, and I interviewed notorious killers. It's my job to understand the people who others cannot comprehend. Before we talk about the reason that you're here, let's go back a little bit and get to know you. Tell me about your childhood.
I come from a divorced family. My dad and my mother separated when I was about 8.
What did the divorce do to you? 8 years old is pretty rough time for a child.
It's pretty dramatic. I didn't understand it. I didn't understand how families would break up and then all of a sudden not be a family. I always admired my father, and he remarried. And so...
What did that do to you that your father remarried?
Oh, it was devastating. I could not understand how he can just give up on not wanting to be a father anymore.
Anna has trouble in her own relationships, too. By 2011, at 41, Anna has 2 failed marriages and 2 teenage daughters. What happened that you divorced your first husband?
He just, I don't think he was ready to be settled down and to actually have a family.
And how did the divorce go? Some are easy, some are not.
I was trying to keep myself together, working full-time, and I had the responsibility of the girls and raising them. And yes, it was devastating.
So your second marriage, what happened?
We just basically grew apart and just didn't reconcile differences. It was very hard getting a divorce. It was not easy. But I had my oldest daughter staying with me, and then later we decided that the youngest one wanted to go to school and spend some time with her father.
Anna works as a salesperson in the heart of corporate America.
It was very tough. I was a minority and female. And so you have to learn to work with an all-male crew.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to learn to be tough.
And how long did you have that job?
Almost 15 years.
So you figured it out.
Oh, definitely. I did very well.
Why did you leave?
I have worked all my life, and my girls were getting a little bit older, and I just simply wanted to be more flexible, and I just wanted a stress-free environment.
Anna was about to get anything but. Recently divorced from her second husband, Anna moves to Houston, Texas. I know that when a lot of people go through a divorce, it's emotionally trying, difficult time, they find comfort with alcohol. How was it for you?
I really drank just on family occasions or just with friends. It's always been rather a social thing for me.
You were not a daily drinker?
No, I wasn't not a daily drinker.
Several witnesses at trial testified that Anna became violent after drinking alcohol.
Cheers.
She also had multiple arrests for public intoxication, disorderly conduct, and driving while under the influence of alcohol.
The media seemed to make it seem that, I was drinking a whole lot.
So the media, in your case, made much of it. I'll just ask you, was alcohol an issue in your life?
No, I think I just gotten really DWI.
Well, that's pretty serious.
I got stopped because I was going on the opposite road.
You were driving on the opposite
downtown,
road.
and there's one-way streets.
Okay.
And it was just nighttime, and I was unfamiliar with the roads.
But had
and
you been
everything.
drinking?
I had been drinking earlier, but I was not intoxicated.
Anna's indifferent attitude to being arrested for drunk driving scares me. She seems to have trouble accepting when she has done wrong. On another occasion, while intoxicated, Anna was arrested after attacking a security guard. Alcohol continues to play a big part in Anna's life when she meets 59-year-old Dr. Stefan Anderson, a professor at the University of Houston.
I was writing a book, actually, on how to treat the body through meditation.
And what does that have to do with him?
He was a scientist, and he was a biochemist, and he was also a pharmacist, and he did research, and he did work on women's reproductive systems. And so I thought it would be great to have his input or what he thought.
What starts off as a working relationship soon turns into a romantic one, and it's not long before Anna moves in.
That's when I said that I wouldn't want to move in if we were just going to date or if this was just, to have a girlfriend or anything like that. That's not what I wanted. I'm a little bit older.
What did you want?
And I wanted a relationship and enough for serious, for marriage. And so...
What did he think of that?
Oh, he loved it.
Really?
Yes. He wanted to have a child, and he wanted to marry.
He was 59 years old.
Yes. Yes, he was 59. And I told him that if he wanted a child, I was still young enough to have a child.
Anna paints an idyllic picture of her relationship with Stefan. Marriage, kids, the whole package. But at trial, Stefan's friends say things weren't so rosy. Is Anna rewriting history? What did you two do for fun?
We were very social, and we just would always go out to dine or just go out for a cocktail or socially go out to eat.
What about you? Where were you at with drinking?
I was drinking with him socially.
Cheers.
I didn't realize that he couldn't stop. He would sneak off in the mornings and would go and start drinking beer. And
But wait, if he was drinking in the morning, that's very serious.
It is. He made me promises. He would work on it, and but he couldn't do it anymore. He just really couldn't. He couldn't stop drinking.
Stefan was having problems with his alcohol consumption and once spent 2 months in rehab. After 6 months, Anna and Stefan's relationship starts to unravel. What happened to the relationship?
I told him I started getting afraid because he was getting up in the middle of the night
What
and
happened
was
to the
abusive.
relationship? What happened?
I just started to stay with my friends because I became very afraid.
So you had moved out.
I was staying with my friends.
Anna is avoiding my line of questioning. She cannot admit that the relationship was on the rocks. At trial, people said Stefan was afraid of Anna, and that on one occasion, she attacked him. And soon, Anna would strike again. Anna Trujillo is in prison for killing her 59-year-old boyfriend, Stefan, with a 5.5-inch stiletto. She says she was acting in self-defense, but a jury does not believe her. Anna says she and Stefan broke up after struggling with his alcoholism. Anna packs her bags, ready to leave Stefan's apartment. They go out for one last drink. Tell me about the day.
We had a very good day. We were...
A very good day that ended in murder.
Yes.
So something happened.
Well, I wouldn't say it was murder, because that's what they labeled it. That's what they've called it.
Murder being one person is killed by the other. June 9th, 2013 is the last day Stefan is seen alive.
We went out to a local restaurant and grill that we usually went. Sometimes during the week they would have a live band or an artist. He wanted to stay later and later. He liked it. He liked the atmosphere, and I really didn't want to stay because I was going to leave early the next morning. But he wanted to stay, so I just kind of stayed with him.
At a restaurant grill, listening to music, usually involves drinking. What was happening for each of you that night regarding that?
We shared a bottle of wine.
Okay.
And we had a tequila shot in the beginning, but we were there almost like 6 hours.
Anna is lying to me. A receipt shown at trial proves they had 6 shots of tequila, 4 vodkas, and a bottle of wine that night. There is also a big discrepancy in what happens next.
I told him we wanted to leave, and he was just
You wanted to leave?
I wanted to leave.
But he didn't want to leave?
No, he didn't want to leave, and so he was enjoying himself, so I was just being patient.
Again, Anna's assertion is contradicted at trial. There is, I believe, surveillance footage, and witnesses said he called a cab for the two of you to leave, and that he had to go back in the restaurant 3 times to get you. It sounds like you did not want to leave.
Well, it's not that I didn't want to leave. We were leaving. It's just I was finishing up. I was about to leave, so I was just finishing up.
The pair gets into the waiting cab. At trial, the taxi driver testified that Anna was drunk and obnoxious.
And so they asked me where we're going, and they asked for the address. And so I tell them, I give them directions how to go to a short way, not to put it in the GPS system because it takes them in a very different route and it's very long.
Anna gets into a drunken argument with the taxi driver. When they arrive at Stefan's building, Anna goes upstairs first.
I had gone in and I had gone into the restroom, and when he walked in, and you know what? I'm sorry.
That's okay. What?
I can't. This is what I do. I try to say everything else except to get to what actually happened. It's hard for me to talk negative or to say all these private things
Anna is clearly finding it difficult to talk through the exact events of that night. But she did confess everything under police interrogation. Will she come clean to me?
And then he grabbed me, and I was just hitting him with the shoe. Please stop, stop.
Anna Trujillo is in prison for murdering her boyfriend. She's finding it difficult to open up to me. Anna and Stefan have been out for a boozy night before Anna is to leave. Witnesses say Anna was drunk and in a bad mood. She says it was Stefan in a bad mood that night. Okay, you go upstairs to his place.
I come out and I'm in a good mood. I'm happy. I'm saying I'm excited to go. And he comes in and he sees all the suitcases ready for me to leave. And he had a different look on his face, and I said, "What's wrong?" And then he turned and he just completely changed. And he said that I was leaving and I wasn't coming back. He started coming towards me, and I just said, he started yelling and he didn't want me to leave.
And what happened?
He was just screaming and yelling.
And what
I just told him to calm down, and I said, "You need to calm down. I'm just gonna go for a walk." And so I started walking to the front door, and he was there. That's when he grabbed a hold of me and he told me that I wasn't going anywhere. And so that's when he got me, and I tried to get away.
Did he grab a hold of you?
Yes.
Tell me what he did.
I came towards him to leave because the door was behind him, and I jumped to reach for the door, and he caught me, and I told him to, not at first very passive, to please let me go, and then he wouldn't let me go, and so then I turned around and I moved back to the living room.
We know things turned physical in the living room because clumps of Stefan's hair were found on the couch. Anna is hesitant to discuss details of what happened next, but here is what she told police.
I don't know if I took my shoe off or I was there. Whatever I could, I was trying to grab whatever I could. I was just, yeah, I was hitting him to please get away, right? And then he lost his balance while I was hitting him, you know.
If Anna was trying to leave, as she claims, this was her golden opportunity. But instead, she attacks him.
So then I got on top of him. And then he grabbed me. And I was just hitting him with the shoe.
The 5.5-inch stiletto heel is as deadly as an ice pick. And as this X-ray shows, it's made of steel. Anna strikes Stefan 25 times. Anna, did you kill Dr. Stefan Anderson?
No, I don't feel that I did. I only defended myself after he attacked me. Never did I intend this to happen.
Did you strike him 25 times or more with a shoe?
I don't know how many times I struck them, wasn't counting.
It takes Anna over an hour to call 911 in a drunken state.
What happened to him?
I hit him with my shoe. I didn't know what else to do.
You hit him with your shoe?
Yeah.
Okay, is he awake now?
No,
Is he breathing at all?
no, I don't know.
Anna claims self-defense, but she has no bruises, no marks, no scratches, and all of the defensive wounds are on Stefan. The jury only takes 2 hours to find Anna guilty of first-degree murder and sentence her to life in prison. She will be in her 70s before she is due for parole. I want you to imagine, just for a moment, that I am Stefan. What would you like to say to me?
That I am so sorry that all this happened, never in my life, that I think that I love you. I still love you. And I have very much compassion for you. And I still miss him and I love him.
My time with Anna is up, and I'm still left with a lot of questions. Did Anna mean to kill Stefan that night? I don't think so. I think she was drunk and out of control. Will Anna ever accept what she's done? Hopefully in the future, she will. She owes it to Stefan and his family.